right.
Yeah, step in the circle, the winner's circle. MALW, Sammy and Nika in the place. Lights on, mics high, let's break down the chase. In Dynamite Collision on deck, we call every move, every hit, every check. If you want the truth, opinions, and fire, welcome to the winner's circle.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Work Country Network. I am your queen of the ring, your American queen, Nika, and this is the Winter Circle on Saturday morning. As you can see, I am by myself, but don't worry, I'm ranking on everybody. Because what? I'm supposed to be by myself. What happened, Nika? Your partners were sleeping. That's what the freak happened. You have two people who want to sleep to say, "Hey, can you exchange with me?" Probably, and they're both passed out. But you know what? That's good on me because we're to speed through this review of AW Dynamite, quick flash, and in a hurry. And yes, I said Dynamite, not Collision, because I ain't doing both because you got me so messed up. So Dynamite was last Wednesday on today's the 6th, yeah, or 3rd, June 3rd. It opened with Roosh doing the interview because it's going to be him versus MJF for the AEW heavyweight title. But then freaking MJF being the punk that he is going to interrupt the interview. Think about, oh, so you're the bull, but I guess I'm a matador. So a fight ensues, they break it up, cue the music to the theme song of AEW Dynamite, and then they after that it's another interview with Roosh. Now he's in his gear but to go outside, but it is kind of weird to do two backstage interviews. I in my mind, I think they didn't know which one they were going with, and they were like, "Ah, screw it, we're just gonna do both." That's literally how I felt it was going. Is what happened. It's that listen, we we filmed two backstage interviews. We're just going to do two. It'll be fine. But I did like the other one. I did the latter one because when Bruce was getting ready, his partner, um, Andrade, comes to support him and say, "Hey, do it for the people who think that we can't be champions." It's like, finally, finally, for the people in the back, these people were a team. They didn't break up. Andrade just left. So yes, finally acknowledging that they were. I don't want to jack up their name. I want to say it's LFI. Yes, LFI together. It's like yes, they were in a team together. So I did appreciate that. Roosh in his Latino white Power Ranger outfit. I don't know that but this is the best way possible. I love it. And then the match starts, and of course, it's Roosh versus MJF. So it's full blown just attack after attack after attack. As soon as that bell rings, it's ball to the wall. Uh, I can't. I'll be missed to not say this. Uh, so when MJF enters the ring before the match starts, he actually is dressed in a matador suit. This is the things that we hate and love about MJF at the same doggone time. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's stupid and insulting at the same time. So, but yeah, with that being said, like I said, it went balls to the wall as soon as the bell rings. Roof is Roof and MJF is MJF. Uh, high impact, but unfortunately, it does end with what's his name, MJF submitting Rouge. This is very rare. Tell me if I'm wrong. I've never. It's been rare that I've seen MJF use a submission move. I know he does salt. There we go. He does salt of the earth. But with Rouge, he did a crossface. But to Rouge's credit, he didn't pass out. He gave him he didn't tap out. He gave MJF the middle finger and then passed out. But MJF is still our champion. Surprise, surprise. Did anyone really think Rouge was gonna beat MJF so close after MJF won the title back? I don't think so. Yes, there were some very nice and tasty near falls, but it wasn't enough to make me think that it was going to be anything other than MJF winning. But it was a great match. If you love wrestling, please go watch it. But of course, MJF is MJF. So, uh, of course, he's trying to attack Rouge after the match. But, and this is where it gets kind of iffy for me. The person who saved him wasn't Andrade. It was it wasn't Andrade. It was conglomeration. It's like, okay, sure. And I get it because they are doing the notion of if after this, eventually we're gonna get MJF versus Mark Briscoe. But I still would have liked Andrade coming in to join the fight. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, yeah. So Mark Briscoe rushed him off real quick. Hi, welcome to the party, darling. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you too. Cool, cool, cool. Welcome to the party. All right, one moment here. But yeah, so conglomeration fight what's his name? Yeah, conglomeration runs off MJF. They're about to leave, but Briscoe stays in the ring because he has a match with the Blackheart Leo Rush. And I love how they're presenting Leo Rush because it's hilarious to me. So as Mark's in the ring and the rest of the conglomeration, which is um OC, Roderick Strong, and Cal O'Reilly, they're leading with Ishii. I was like, hold on, wait, we're gonna talk about Ishii. He's here for summer camp. Summer camp's here, and she's gonna be every. Tell me if I'm wrong, but every summer they give New Japan gives us Ishii, and I love it. I love every little bit of it. But yeah, so Ishii, but they're all leaving, and the music plays. I don't know Leo Rush's music, but they all stand still because it's new music. And here comes Leo Rush, the black heart with this black foam in his mouth. Sweet baby Jesus. It is so he does it on purpose, where it you feel it in your freaking arm, where it's like, why are you this crazy? There's a level of crazy we can tolerate, and he's going beyond that. And so, but the collaboration is staying still on the ramp. He goes through the collaboration. It's like everyone's like, stand still. He won't see us. But then he turns around. They're like, ah! And then he finally gets to the ring, and they just bolt out of there. And so it's Leo Rush versus Mark Briscoe. If anyone should be facing Mark Briscoe, it is Leo Rush. I'm not even going to hold you because he's the only one crazy enough to face Leo Rush, Mark Briscoe. But like he's doing this thing. It's very much so crazy as all get out. Like they start the match off with Leo Rush whispering something in Mark Briscoe's ear, and Mark Briscoe, again, the crazy person you are, you're freaking listening, like just hit this man in the face. But it was still very much so active. It was one part where they're just trying to out scream each other, and Leo Rush again. I would love to like, what is the thought process of this new character? Because like he's like at one point in time he's doing this galloping thing across the ring to before he hits Mark Briscoe. But suffice it to say, 1, 2, 3 with a J Driller, Mark Briscoe wins. And after that, he does this very moving promo for MJF, and he talked about how he got to AEW, and he debuted in 2023. It feels so long ago. I know it's not, but it feels longer than that. It's like it has only been 3 years, more so from his debut. But he said in the promo his brother's death, and it's like it's only been 3 years. That really is crazy. And he's like, I had to come in here alone, but because I had good, but eventually I found some new friends that kind of eased the hurt, and now we're conglomerating. And then I found Joe behind, and I just can't stand you. And then you left, and everything was good. But then yo, emotional. I'm paraphrasing in a Nika tone, but then your behind came back, and then I finally found a purpose, a renewed vigor, and you have something that I want, which is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So basically, stop being a punk and give me a match. You call yourself a devil, but if you read the book, you lose. And it's just like, Mark Briscoe is Mark freaking Briscoe, bro. And it's like, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they did run this match back with Mark Briscoe versus MJF last year, but as of right now, I don't care. I really don't. I don't because Mark Briscoe is that phenomenal. But like it is like, so when are y'all trying to do this? Because Forbidden Doors around the corner, and then All In, and so it's like MJF does need some people to fight before that we get there. But it is like, huh? Maybe Grand Slam Mexico? No, well, okay, in my mind, bec- hey, he's been doing little dual things with Andrade. It should be Andrade in Mexico. I'm just, just me. But either way, when they eventually do it, it's gonna be a banger. All right, so give me a minute because now I gotta go to my notes. Commercial break. Okay, now I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome. So, if I'm not mistaken, the next thing that happens is we're properly introducing our new. Wait, no, no, no. That was last week. So this week, for the we're actually getting backstage. We have the War Dogs. Now, last week they attacked Christian and Adam Copeland, and they're interrupted their 5 second pose, and they do their own 5 second pose. And I just want to say this is the War Dogs that I know and love. I didn't see much of them in New Japan. I actually found out about them the first time I see them. They're doing survival series on Wrestle Talk, and that popped me, and that's why I fell in love with them. And then go on to Sean. Sa- I'm gonna say that's his name. Uh, over on Fightful, and that interview was hilarious, and that's really why I love the War Dogs. So them being this hilarious team, I think it's going to get over way more than them trying to be serious, and hopefully they'll stay the course. So they're backstage again, ripping off Christian and Adam Copeland's WWE stuff, and they bring out kazoos. But here comes the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks are just like, look what we got here, two boneholes. And like, let's just be very, very clear. We didn't like what you did to Christian and Adam Copeland. Do they care? No. So that match coming up, yes, freaking please. I love a little setup. All right. And so now, again, listen, I'm going off the top of the dome. I have no structure until I get my notes. But as of right now, as we know, Willow had to drop out of the Owen Cup, unfortunately, which sucks butt because she's so freaking good. But hopefully, just get back, my darling. We miss you already. And so we had a special. What you call it? We had a special. What's the word? Interruption. No, 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 sorry. Someone to cover her. Sorry, to take her place. We all thought it was going to be Mercedes Monet, but the only thing that we said no is because if it was her, why not do the I was winning the Mercedes Monet match at Double or Nothing? But I guess she wasn't signed yet, or she didn't. She wanted to complete her rest because, case in point, Mercedes Monet is the wild card. CEO, CEO, and it's like, yeah. Yeah, it's time to come back, Boo Boo Bear. It's time to come back. So she and Al Windsor has the match on Wednesday, and it is a banger of a match. Listen, if you're a fan of a professional network, you know I feel some type of way about Alex Windsor. Not because I don't think she's bad, but just more so she needs to find her character, is what I say. Like she came in, she was with Tony uh the timeless Tony Storm, and that was fine. But now it's like, who are you by yourself, basically, without your husband, and you not being a no offense, not being a good wife or character. Because it's been a countless times when your husband gets his behind whooped or kidnapped, and you don't like you give a crap. Now, granted, I know it's pre-tape, but it's like, hey, can we please position her to look better as a good life partner? That is just me. But no, in the ring, she's phenomenal. I can't give anything to her. It was high impact, and I think it's a Harco founder because they were not booing Mercedes Monet, even though she didn't take a babyface role in it. But like every time it was a near fall, you could tell it was just like, I want to win this, and I'm like, we want you to win this. So a couple of meteors and the Monet statement, 'cause I don't have to make them anymore. Basically, her submission move. Uh, Alex Windsor taps out, and Mercedes Monet advances as she should. Again, I would love to know why this wasn't on Double or Nothing. Maybe because contract wise or whatever. But this was a great match, and again, after the match, she holds the title up high. She's CEOing. I don't know. I don't. She won last year, right? I don't mind if she's back to back Owen Cup winner. But I would like Athena to be. I would like Athena to win. That's only right. I'm like so no matter what, I want it to be Athena versus Mercedes. That should be the finals. If that is not the finals, what the freak are we doing? No offense, but that should straight up be the finals. Point blank. Period. All right. Later on in the show, we have MJF in a freaking cold bath after his match. And Renee Paquette asked a question about how do you feel about what my Briscoe said about his promo and him wanting another title match. And of course, the hypocrite he is. He's like, of course, my Briscoe was a handout. Why would you be begging to get a rematch? It's like, sir, weren't you begging Darby for a rematch after you lost your title? And it's like it's not different though. That you lost, so you were begging a couple of weeks, like to the point where it's like, sir, you could just beat some matches. But yeah, so that was hilarious. Him being Nicole Blanche, talking about not giving out handouts. Sorry. All right. So next up, I'm here. So then we have a promo from our women's heavyweight champion, Tekla. And Tekla is, of course, hello, Dom Picture. I'm just like, I love her. Like I said, so basically, this promo was about Forbidden Door. And she's like, listen, we all know my history. I got fired. And but before I got fired, I cursed everyone from stardom. And now Forbidden Door is coming up. I challenge anyone to face me. And I'll do if you think you have any chance against me, well, here's how I feel about stardom. So you get so the what you call it the sign, yeah, sign. The sign Forbidden Door comes, and it is for CMAW female that has stardom on the side. She climbs a ladder and she spits on the stardom logo. Now, if the crowd was into stardom, this would have been a better pop, but they're not. So this I don't blame Tickle for this. I blame the lack of attention to women's wrestling for this. And I say in AEW because no, sorry, but unfortunately, the women's side of AEW has not been promoted well. More so with Stardom as anything. So I'm not sure what Cena could have got. I know, like maybe New York would know more about Stardom than this city, but unfortunately, this city was not. You're like, okay, Stardom, whatever. So they're setting it up for Forbidden Door. Whoever's on Stardom's going to face Tekla, which is fine. But like for me, I don't watch Stardom. I don't know who the big star on from Stardom that can do this. There is a there is a special Kyrie Sane, but tell me, like, is she that Stardom or is that New Japan? Because when she was facing Mercedes O'Day, that was New Japan match. But if she can beat for Stardom real quick and face Tekla, I would that that's just the future. You know, if you don't have any ideas for Tekla for Forbidden Door, that would be awesome. All right, and then so here is Andrade did have a match, if you want to call it that. It was a squash match, the match nonetheless. Uh, comes out, take a picture, beats dude 1, 2, 3. Sure, like like if you're going to do a match, like squash matches are so I don't know, right? Especially in WWE, there has to be a purpose for it. And unless you're trying to portray a big monster, yeah, Andrade doing a squash match doesn't really appeal to me personally. But 1, 2, 3, a win's a win. He gets on the mic and he basically says, "I'm coming for MJF. Like no matter what, I will be the next person you face." Being part of Don Callis family, here comes Don Callis with that excessively stupid freaking what you call it soundtrack. Yeah, you know, a theme song. Yeah, I'm like, sir, see, I felt her trying to do that for the theme song, but he comes out. He's not deterring Andrade. He's revealing a new member of the Don Callis family. Like y'all need any more freaking members. But suffice to say, this did surprise me. The new member is Kevin Knight. And for that, I say, what? Like what? Why would y'all? Again, like I said, the Don Callis family don't need any more people. Um, I think Kevin Knight would have been good on his own. Now that first promo as a heel, it was a little weary, but he was getting better. So I'm not sure they're like if that was like listen, we need you to get better faster. Let's put John Callis, but we'll see what happens. So after he announces that he's part of the Don Callis family, what you call it? We get a title match. We get a match between Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, and it's like, hold up, wait, we just did the turn. Why are we doing this match on a Dynamite? That's just me. I'm like, listen, say what you want. They were prominent members of the main roster to the point where they had the storyline. We knew it was going to happen. So them, I'm gonna say blowing it off, but it does feel like a blow off match. Do it on Dynamite and not on the next pay per view. I missed opportunity. That's what I'm gonna say. It's opportunity. But if I just like I said, great match. We knew that. If again, if you don't know that much Speedball is a great wrestler. He comes out with the fire of, oh, you it's like, listen, it's just like I didn't forget how you jumped me last week. He was getting his revenge, but suffice to say, Kevin Knight did beat Speedball, and he is still a TNT champion. Again, very much so. I would have said that pay per view. It was a great match, but what's the pay per view? Um, next up, one here. One, two, buckle my shoe. We have Divine Dominion versus wait, give me one moment. I look at my notes. See this what happens. We don't have a partner. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So afterwards, we have Don Callis and Okada in the back talking about how it was a travesty that Okada lost, that it was a fluke. It really wasn't, but hey, whatever makes you feel better. Yeah, we will avenge this disgrace and we will come for you, Okada. It's like I'm sorry, to catch it from Okada. And yeah, Takeshita beat Okada clean. And they're like, it's disgrace and we will avenge this. And Okada was like, oh yeah, if you think I was worse before, you see nothing yet, basically. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. All right, and then we do a backstage interview with Champa talking about uh Chris Jericho. Last week we saw Chris Jericho jump. You know, Okada. Sorry, sweet Jesus, focus, nigga. We saw Champa beat up Chris Jericho, and I don't know how I feel about it. I love Champa, but we all know about the Jericho Vortex, so that's what's giving me pause. Where it's like, why? I don't want that. I don't want that. The choose someone to go back into the vortex, but not Champa, please. Um, this promo was good, but if you did not see Collision, please go to Collision because he has uh parodying Chris Jericho 1,001 reasons why he hates Chris Jericho, and that was hilarious. Um, also, but then here now it's time for the main event, which is Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis. Last time they met, uh, Mark Davis beat Will Ospreay from Doctor Stoppage, and now we're trying. Let's see if the Death Riders training has actually helped. Before the match, uh, not John Moxley gives out his John Moxley isms, where it's like, "Listen, you are a better version of Will Ospreay. The old Ospreay dead, gone. Whoever Mark Davis Mark Davis beat, he's not here anymore. This is you. You can do this. All right, all right." He's like, "Listen, I don't blow up anyone behind. When I say it, I mean it. All right, okay." And then like, okay, I guess we're all praising the Death Rider. Like, they were just not saying it. Bro, sure. But for me personally, I don't hate it. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't hate it. And before that, um, what's his name? Dale Garcia was trying to young boy Will Ospreay, and Buff's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You're right. All right. I'm sorry." It's like, so now we're just finding our groove with Will Ospreay being in the Death Riders, and again, I'll ride to the wheels fall off. That's just me. I'll ride to the wheels fall off. Now is Will main event Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis. It's a banger of a main event because again, if you were New Japan, United Empire, I didn't want them to break up. I want them to have at least a very nice run in AEW, but alas, it is what it is. Whatever. But but like I said to say they know each other quite well, and this was very much so a banger of a match. But someone said, "Hey, remember Attitude Era 2002, 2020, 2001? Let's go back real quick." So I say that to say, uh, faction warfare happened where everybody just came out to interrupt the match. Uh, as we're getting close to the pin, uh, Don Callis member came out to stop Will Ospreay. But listen, I'm trying to get it right. Um, Trish came out first, then OC stopped him, and then of course Archer came out, and I want to say Colorado came out to stop him. Then Jake something came out, and then Moxley came out to stop him. Somewhere in there, no. Lance Archer got stopped by Marina because she did a chokehold on him. And then there's you don't mess with Moxley's girl. That's why John Moxley came out. Uh, I was gonna say who came out. And then Jake something, and then it was Claudio. I think Pat came out because Pat did a moonsault and took out everybody. The last two are important, but then here comes Cal Fletcher to stop the pin. He has a screwdriver to stop Will Ospreay, but then here comes the catcher. It's his revenge. They start knucking and bucking and starting a fight. But even after all that, what's his name? Mark Davis 1-2. He kicks out. So it's like, hold on, wait. Are y'all trying to give it to Mark Davis? And it's like, okay, but no, it didn't happen in a field of what's called maneuvers. In a field of maneuvers, uh, Will Ospreay ended up with what you call it, with a submission move. Mark Davis taps out, and Will Ospreay advances to it. The almost and yeah, I don't care what y'all say. Sorry, my phone was dying. This is my level of ending. They haven't done, and this was the best part of the Attitude Era, where it's just like, hold up, and he did the stutter, and he did the arc elbow. That's what it felt like, and I loved every little minute of it. And not that Mark Davis and Will Ospreay needed that extra boost of energy, but it was just nice to see. It was just so like, oh, it's down, oh, it's down, oh, it's down. And correct me if I'm wrong, we were supposed to get Death Riders versus the Don Callis family, but we just never got around to it. And it's just like, hopefully we can get around to that. And I got, ooh, Death Riders versus Don Callis family, and either, oh no, Air Canadian Arena's not here yet. Blood and Guts. Hmm? I'm here for that. I am totally here for that. But that was Dynamite. It was very much so high impact. No crumbs left. The only crumb that, like, I'd say crumb, like a little piece was Andrade versus who have local jobber. Sorry, but that's, you know. But everything was high octane. It was a very exciting episode of Dynamite, which I loved. Okay, the only thing was that the Tekla promo, but again, that wasn't her fault though, because the crowd wasn't into Stardom, unfortunately. So I would give this a 8.59 out of 10. Okay, we're Workers Wrestling Network. We do grades. I'm gonna give this an A minus. I'm gonna give it an A minus. It was really much. It was so much fun. I love the wrestling, and the ending was so Attitude Era esque. So that's how you get me. And I'm looking forward to the next pay per view. So I'm also here for it. I didn't say anything about Collision because it was cool. It was cool, but I'll give a quick review. Suzuki, the girl from Stardom, did a match to the face off of Persephone. Um, Divine Dominion got beat by TJ with Air J and Ty Mello. Cool. More so the ending. Okay, it was what's his name? Takeshita versus Danny Garcia, and that was cool. And that was cool. Takeshita won, but then again, warfare. People came out and started beating each other up, and then it ended Rampage style, which I love. Which is more so conglomeration comes out to help Takeshita, but somehow the Death Riders got involved and started beating people up. And so I don't know why this is a thing, but what's his name? Uh, Nigel McGuinness and Lee Moriarty are in the feud. Sure. So, but it ended with the Kesha in the ring standing tall with the collaboration and the Death Riders on the opposite side not beating each other up, but mostly with a chair. It's turning into Rampage, and I am here for that. If that's the plan, yes, turn Collision into Rampage because Rampage was a good freaking time. All right. And so, like I said, I'm by myself. So that's the end. We're going to do some house cleaning. Thank you guys for rocking with me on this Saturday. What I did by myself because people wanted to go to bed. What's about to say? Thank you for joining us here at our Winter Circle. We're here on the weekends. On the week, I say weekends because uh, it might be either today or Saturday, depending on the schedule. It was Saturday. That's kind of why I'm by myself. But either way, we got through it. Because I love y'all and y'all are here with me. Um, so yeah, we're here every week. We're here on the weekends to discuss AEW Dynamite Collision. See who comes out on top. Collision come out. I'm sorry, Dynamite won. Suffice to say, Dynamite won. Point blank. Period. If you can't make it the weekends, come on our flagship show on Tuesday called The Cookout, where we talk about what's going on in professional wrestling, play games, talk hot topics, do all of the things. If you can't make it Tuesday night, we're here on Friday nights for our SmackDown watch along, where it's just your Queen Nika. Sometimes my boy Slim and Timmy Joy comes. It really depends on how he's feeling. So, but I'll be there. Let's life be life. It. We'll watch WE SmackDown. Have a good old time with them 3 freaking hours. Please chop it down. Y'all promised y'all would. So keep your promises. Anyway, if you just want to hear the beautifulness of our voices, just go where all podcasts are sold. Cabinet Workers versus Network, and you can just hear us on podcast dial for our second show, The Cookout. If you just want to join us on social media and just chill just settle down. Just hit that QR code, and that's where it'll take you to LinkedIn or our socials. We're on all of them, Johns. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. We're on the Clock app. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Just hit that thing right there, and it'll take you to our socials, and you just hang out with us. All right. And so, with that being said, I'm going to emotionally turn off the lights. And until next time, peace. Bye.
The bell, that's the call. Winner circle standing tall. LW, Sammy, and Nika break it down. After it all, Dynamite Collision. We told the truth, no filter at all. Tap out, peace out. Winner circle, see y'all next call.